Hi guys, there's a little video I decided I'd do. I saw a video this morning about loading pistol mags for gas blowback pistols, and the guy on the video, he pretty much showed one of these. It's a WE, well, the one he had was a SOCOM gear, but it's pretty much the same principle. It's a 1911 single stack, and he pretty much let the magazine BB follower slam all the way from the bottom up to the top, which, for those of you who don't know, the spring on these magazines is very, very powerful, and if you allow it to slam from the bottom in the little notch where you can recess it when you're trying to load it, to all the way up to the top, you're liable to break the plastic follower. It's made of plastic, it's very, very fragile, and you're then going to wind up with part of the plastic follower stuck up by the BB loading lips. And it's going to make loading and unloading this thing an absolute nightmare, because you'll pull down the follower, except you're only going to get part of it. The top part will stay stuck up there, and obviously these load from the bottom in this hole down here. So it's just going to make loading and unloading them a complete pain in the ass. Now, the reason I decided to post this video is I'm going to show you guys a really reliable, really, really simple way of loading these and unloading these should you feel the need to unload it without shooting it, very, very consistently, very, very reliably, without any risk of you breaking the follower. As long as you listen to the tips and the method of doing this, you can load and unload these safe and without having to replace that plastic follower. I had to replace it myself one time. It slammed up to the top and it broke in two. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. It's really, really straightforward. It means using both hands, but for the sake of saving yourself having to replace that plastic follower, it's well worth it. So what I'm going to suggest is load the BB mag before you gas it up, just because if you gas it up first, you then have the worry of accidentally hitting that valve at the back, which shouldn't really happen. But all it takes is that little pinky finger to accidentally fall into that little recess, and psh, you're going to degas your mag and chill it before you even go. So I'm going to show you the first thing to do when you want to load these mags is probably counterintuitive, but for the sake of the method that I'm using, it makes perfect sense. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn the mag upside down, and you're going to put your right thumb into behind the follower and start pulling it up. Put your finger on the base plate, carry on pulling it up. What you're going to want to do then is, while you're pulling it up, bring your left thumb up behind it. And what this is basically for is these mags, although they've got a recess to put the plastic notch into, they can sometimes not hold it 100%, and you'll think it's in there, and all of a sudden, ping, it'll just slam all the way up to the top, which is what we're trying to avoid. So you bring it all the way up to the top, keep your left thumb right behind it, seat the magazine follower, the BB follower, in the little notch, bring your left thumb right up behind it. That way, even if it wasn't seated in that alcove, in that little cutout for that plastic follower, even if that should be not 100% and it decides it wants to spring shut and slam up to the top, it can't. Your left thumb is in the way. It's not going to go anywhere. You're basically safeguarding that follower from going anywhere. It can't go anywhere. Even if it should come off, your thumb's going to stop it, and then you can just reseat it. Obviously, the other benefit of doing it this way is now you've got your thumb holding that there. Your right hand is free to load your mag. So you can safely speed load your mag. You can even see how many BBs you got, because the way that you're doing it, the opening is facing you. So you can speed load it completely safely. And also it's angled slightly down as well, so the BBs are going to drop towards the top, which is where you want them. There we go. That's one loaded. Then, to protect your follower even further, your thumb's already there, so you just have to flick across and gradually release it. It doesn't slam, it doesn't put any sudden shock on any of the parts of the magazine. You've basically loaded it and safeguarded it as well as you possibly can. There is no chance of you accidentally letting that slam to the top. I mean, these things cost about £7-8 to get a set of 2. So that's like £3-4 for just a tiny piece of plastic. Well, why not just use this method? You won't have to worry about it. There's no way of it happening. And then for unloading it, reverse process. Pull it over your thumb, right thumb. Bring your left thumb up behind it. If you're at the end of the day and you haven't used your mag and you want to get your BBs back, just, there you go, just tip it out. You'll have one maybe at the top that might stay sat there. Get them all out. Keep that thumb on there. Use your right thumb to flick it across, and this is going to bring tension on your left thumb, so be prepared for that. Keep your thumb well pressed in there. Then just flick it across, and then slowly bring that follower back up to the top. So again, there's no sudden slamming to the top, so you're not going to break the follower or even the lips. These can break as well. This is plastic as well. That follower slamming against that could crack those lips. That is another part that can break on these that you want to try and avoid if possible. So just a simple technique. I'll show it again, talk you through it again. Mag upside down, put your right thumb underneath the follower, stop pulling it back, bring your left thumb up underneath it, pull it all the way up to the top, bring your left thumb up behind it, following it up to the top. Hold that follower in there, so it's not going to go anywhere. Doesn't matter, it's not going to go anywhere. Like I say, these can sometimes accidentally release and then bang, it's going to slam all the way up to the top. I just caught it on my thumb. I did it intentionally to show you. I can even get my right thumb back in there, bring it back up again. No risk. You're not risking the mag. It's the best way of doing it. Speed load it back up again. You're good to go. Tip it out if you're done. Keep that thumb there when you're actually trying to unload it. Then gradually bring that left thumb back down. Like I say, these mags, that is the weakest link of them. That plastic follower is the weakest link. It's the one part that will fail if you don't protect that follower. If you allow those followers to slam all the way up to the top, you are going to break it. It might not be the first time, might not be the second time, but these are made of plastic. The lips and the follower, the two parts that are actually moving, are plastic. So why not do yourself a favour, protect yourself from that. Whoops, throw in the mag. Protect yourself from that happening. Hopefully this video helps you guys out, and hopefully you found it really, really useful and you use that method. It's how I'm going to be doing it from now on, because I've already had the expense of having to replace it already, and I really don't want to have to do it again. I mean, I've got a spare one underneath there, ready should I have another accident. But hopefully using this technique, well, that's not going to happen. Or at least it will minimise the possibility of it happening. Anyway, have fun airsofting, and, well, who knows when I'll do another one. But take care.